Welcome to the Badass Babe Oracle podcast. The vibe here is manifestation principles, soul purpose alignment, abundance mindset, energetics, spiritual rituals, auras, channeling, magic, spirit team connection, and more. I'm your host, Kelly Pender, your spiritual manifestation and soul purpose coach, guiding you to remember your soul gifts, purpose, and inevitable success you already possess. You are the Oracle. Let's unapologetically step into your soul purpose and manifest your fuck yes life. I'll see you inside. Hello, my love. Welcome back to another episode of the Badass Babe Oracle podcast. This is actually a live stream that I did on Instagram that I wanted to share because you know that we're all about manifesting from the quantum, and you hear me say all the time, we are shifting out of Newtonian physics and into the quantum realm, into quantum physics. And I know that for many of you, you haven't heard of Newtonian physics before, and this is why it effing matters. And before we dive in, Manifest That Shit University is officially open, and I am celebrating all of the badass babes who have joined us. You go, girl. And we are permanently breaking free from lack and making manifesting more money and abundance simple, fun, and sustainable. And this is the program where I'm helping you with creating money-making neural pathways, increasing your wealth calibration, and shifting out of Newtonian physics logic and into the quantum field. This is the end-all, be-all manifestation mastermind where you will have lifetime access to the modules and science-backed techniques that have changed my life. These are the techniques that have allowed my client Ariel, who created 5.5K cash right after integrating these techniques and implementing these modules. And the best part is we have bi-weekly group coaching calls with me inside this program for personalized feedback on how to adjust, rewire, or recalibrate your mind and energetic state to make more money now. I'm scheduling free calls to go over your abundance frequency and how I can help you grow in this new mastermind container. And if you've been hearing me talk about this and you're feeling the pull, you're feeling the call, girl, it's time. DM me on Instagram, Abundance Audit, to schedule your free abundance frequency call, or you can head to the link in the show notes to apply to MTSU. No strings attached. You're not locked into anything when you apply. We're just going to see if this container is an energetic match for us. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you inside Manifest That Shit University, where we're going to manifest your next $1,000 or more in the next 33 days. So enjoy this live stream that I just did on Instagram. This is a really powerful conversation that we're having because I know that you've been hearing me talk about quantum physics and allowing yourself to, hi Amy, to come into the frequency of your desires and of your manifestations. And I've been talking a lot about shifting out of Newtonian physics, why you haven't heard of this and why it effing matters. So we're going to do a quick little rundown today on how to get the F out of logic and into the quantum field. So what I want to share with you is that, 98% of us are operating out of Newtonian physics. That is logic. That is A plus B equals C. And that is the output that I give, right? Like how much I do equals what I am capable of receiving. And so this is a belief that we have taken on from so many generations back that we're still carrying today. And this belief is tied to what we believe we are capable of receiving, creating, and compounding in our lives. So today I'm specifically talking about money and abundance. Hi, welcome. And so what's happening is so many of us are making moves, making decisions, and operating out of Newtonian physics, operating out of logic. And so let's think about, you're seeing me right now, you're hearing me. Like if we were together, I could hug you, I could touch you, right? That's Newtonian physics. It's all about matter. And what's happening is, unbeknownst to most of us, because we haven't learned this until now, your manifestations, your desires are created in the quantum field first, right? And so if Newtonian physics logic is matter and quantum physics is all about energy, with energy, this is something that's felt. It's a frequency that is felt. We cannot see it. We cannot smell it. We cannot taste it. We cannot touch it. Some of us can. Some are more in tune than others. And so because it's not tangible to us yet, so many of us do not believe that it exists. And so many of us do not believe that being in the quantum realm, in the quantum physics frequency or field, is a possibility for us to bring our manifestations of money, of abundance, of more greater opportunities into the here and now, into our 3D, into this realm, which is logic, which is Newtonian physics. So I'm sharing this with you as to why 98% of the population hangs out in Newtonian physics in logic, and only about 2% of the population knows that when you are playing in the quantum field, when you are operating out of the frequency of your desires, of your manifestations, that's how you bridge the gap and bring it into your current reality, right? So you get to make a decision right now. Do I want to continue operating, making decisions, making moves out of logic? Do I want to be a part of the 98%? No, I want to be a part of the 2% because I came here to create a new paradigm for myself. I came here to break free from societal programming, from deconditioning, from old stories, old beliefs, old money habits and patterns that are not serving me and that are keeping me small, keeping me safe, and I'm ready to break the fuck free. So welcome. We're saying F out of logic. Let's get the fuck out of Newtonian physics and shift into the quantum field, shift into the quantum realm. All right. So for many of us, when we are in logic, when we're hanging out in logic, what we feel is that this is a mental concept, right? And so what I said in the beginning, if you're just joining, it's like A plus B equals C. A mental concept is the work that I do, the more hours that I work, the more that I put in, the more I will receive. That is a mental concept. And so what we don't understand is that energy from the quantum physics realm, it doesn't compute to a mental concept. It doesn't matter how much you're doing. It doesn't matter how much work you're putting in, how many hours that you're working. It doesn't matter how hard you are hustling. If you are operating from this state of a mental concept, we're not going to be on the frequency of our desires living in the quantum field, and it's going to feel very challenging for us to bring our desires, bring our manifestations into the here and now, because we're not communicating the language of the universe, of our manifestations, of our desires, because all we see right now is what's here and now. Logic, Newtonian physics, what I can see, taste, smell, touch. I can hold it in my hands. That's logic, right? So shifting into energy, we're shifting out of a mental concept and shifting into a frequency. It's a feeling state. And so right now, hi, for those who are joining, right now, as we are operating from Newtonian physics, this is the known. This is what is known to us. And so the quantum realm, quantum physics, that's the unknown. And I want you to take a moment to think about, okay, as I'm manifesting more money, more abundance, as I am building my business or, calling in a new aligned job and career with a raise and promotion, as I'm doing that, I don't know how it's going to pan out. I don't know what's going to happen. I know what I desire. I know what I'm calling in for myself. But because I don't know how this is going to pan out, how this is going to unfold for me, that feels out of my control and I feel uncomfortable. Because I feel out of control, I may feel dysregulated. I may feel anxious. I may feel like, I'm scared, right? A lot of us actually feel scared when we're manifesting because we don't know the outcome. That's the unknown. And so the quantum physics, quantum realm of energy, it's unknown. Newtonian physics, logic, where you're hanging out right now, that's what's known to you, okay? And so I want to ask you a question. As you're shifting out of the known in logic, in Newtonian physics, into the unknown, into the quantum realm where your manifestations, your desires are created first, do you feel a little afraid? Do you feel a little scared of the unknown because it feels or may feel out of your control? If so, take a moment to really just feel into that and accept that. Because if it feels scary to you to shift from the known, what you see, what you're so used to, how we are like habitually operating the second we wake up to the moment we go to bed, right? We're so used to that. We're so used to our daily activities, our daily rituals, that's known. When we're shifting into the unknown, it can feel scary. It can feel jarring. It can feel really anxiety provoking. And so I'm asking this question to pull anything, any resistance from you or out of you. If you feel a little scared stepping into the unknown, take a moment to honor that, because if you are holding on to that, you are self-protecting yourself from shifting into the quantum field, from shifting into quantum physics. You are protecting yourself from breaking free from the known and stepping into the unknown. And let me tell you something. When we're playing in the known, when we're playing in Newtonian physics and in logic, we are keeping ourselves so effing safe. Because, like I said, that's what we're comfortable with. That's what we're used to. And it's like, I'm safe here in my comfort zone, so I'm okay here. And then we're unknowingly protecting ourselves, capping ourselves off from the unlimited abundance, limitless potential, unlimited money, wealth, prosperity, love, fuck yes, joy, happiness, just juicy, abundant AF life that's available to you. We are capping ourselves off from receiving that because we're afraid of the unknown, because we don't know how it's going to pan out when we step out of our comfort zone, when we stop playing in Newtonian physics, shift out of logic and shift into the quantum realm. So you get to make an energetic decision. I know that I'm going to be safe on the other side. I know that I'm going to be fine, more than fine on the other side, because I know that's where my soul desires to go. I came here to live a really juicy, joyful, fuck yes life. I didn't come here to play it safe, to play in logic, because most of us have been protecting ourselves from fear of the unknown, right? And what if you could reframe that and have a perspective shift where it's like, yes, it's unknown to me, to this 3D, to my human self, but my soul knows what lies there in the quantum field. My soul knows what's available to me. And if I can allow myself to go there is when I tap into that unlimited abundance, limitless potential, and unlimited money. So my question for you is, can you shift out of Newtonian physics logic and shift into the quantum field, shift into the quantum realm? And I'm just going to invite you to take a moment to reflect on that and feel into that. If you feel any fear, honor that. If you feel any anxiety, any honor that, right? Fear isn't always a negative. Fear doesn't mean that it's unsafe. Sometimes most of the time, fear comes hand in hand with stepping into the unknown, with allowing yourself to grow and to expand. I'm just looking at the monitor real quick. Okay, so most of us are reacting to our current circumstances, right? And again, this is why it's so important to shift out of Newtonian physics logic and into quantum physics, into the quantum state and quantum realm. So many of us are reacting and responding to our current external circumstances. By that, I mean your bank account. I mean your paycheck. I mean number of clients, number of sales. We're reacting and responding to our current external circumstances. And so many of us are making moves, making decisions from logic, from Newtonian physics, right? And so what if you got to make moves and you got to make decisions from the quantum realm, from your future self, from your most limitless, unlimited possibility and potential self, who has the abundance, who has the wealth, who has the love, who has the thriving, successful business, who has the fuck yes career and job, right? What if that version of you already existed? What if that version of you you could bring into the here and now. But because we've been self-protecting ourselves, keeping ourselves safe, we've been making moves, making decisions, operating out of logic, out of Newtonian physics, what is known to us, and then reacting and responding to our current external circumstances, right? And so this is where we're not allowing ourselves to grow, to tap into that unlimited abundance and limitless wealth and prosperity. Do you desire, and I'm going to ask this many, many times, do you desire to shift out of logic and shift into the quantum realm? Because the moment that you do, the moment that you allow yourself to tap into the frequency of your desires, notice I'm not saying high vibe. I don't like that term. We're not going to put a high vibe mask over how you're feeling, because being on the manifestation journey for 10, 12 years now, I first came into this manifestation world hearing the term high vibe, okay? I'm going off on a tangent here, but this is really important. This is what's coming through. With that term high vibe, I remember being like, oh no, I feel really sad. I feel really low today. I'm feeling not enough. Kelly, don't feel those feelings. You need to be high vibe, because high vibe is how you receive your manifestations. High vibe is how you're going to grow your business. High vibe is how you're going to make more money. No, it fucking doesn't. All right. So if you've been trying to force the high vibe, please unsubscribe from that. I do not like that term. That term does not feel good. You do not need to be high vibe in order to manifest more money and more abundance, because you can. The thing about high vibe, what I've noticed and with my clients, you can try to be high vibe or try to be positive 24/7. And as you're trying to be high vibe, you can still be operating out of logic, operating out of Newtonian physics, responding to your current external circumstances, keeping you in your comfort zone. So being or trying to be high vibe or positive 24/7 isn't actually doing anything and isn't moving the needle for you. It just feels forceful, and it doesn't feel fucking good in your body, in your energetic frequency, or in your emotional state. So please, 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 if you learn anything from this live, or if you're listening to this on the podcast later, on Badass Babe Oracle Podcast, please unsubscribe from the term high vibe. We don't use that here. I'm talking about in the quantum physics, it is a frequency. It is a feeling. It's an emotional state. Okay. So can you feel a little low right here in the 3D world and also be on the frequency of the quantum of your desires, of your manifestations? Yeah, you can. Can you be tired and want to take a nap in this 3D in logic and also be on the frequency of your manifestations, of your desires, being on the abundance frequency in the quantum realm? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. You can have both. It's not either or. It's not either or. And that is how you can bridge the gap from being in logic, being in Newtonian physics, because you're a human. You came here to have an effing human experience, right? In the 3D. And that is how, when you shift into the feeling state, tapping into the emotions of your manifestations. And this is something that I teach in my programs. All you get to do is just feel into the emotions. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what that feels like. Feel into the emotions of what it would feel like if you had the thriving, successful business. What it would feel like if you wrote the book. What it would feel like if you got the call, you just got the job and the 30K salary promotion increase. How would that feel for you? You'd probably be like, holy fuck, I feel so proud. Oh, I feel alive. I feel confident. I feel like I did it. I did it. How does that feel for you when you allow yourself to really go there, to tap into how you would feel if your desire was already here in the here and now, in the 3D? You can smell it, taste it, touch it. It's in your hands. It's fucking here. How would you feel? That's the emotional frequency that you get to tap into. That's the feeling state. That's your unique abundance frequency. When you operate out of your unique abundance frequency, that's how you bridge the gap from the quantum physics into Newtonian physics and pull your manifestations, your desires into the here and now. What happens is, this is very important, so please really just hear me with this. What happens is, so many of you, again, whether you're watching this live or you listen to this on the Badass Babe Oracle podcast later, once this comes out, so many of you have felt the frequency of the quantum, have felt the emotional state of what it would feel like if your manifestations, your desires were here. You felt it. What happens is we then are like, actually, let me go back to what I learned about how you need to make more money, how you need to receive, what I need to be doing in order to receive more money, receive more abundance, success, whatever it may be. And then we immediately pull ourselves out of the quantum field, out of quantum physics, and launch ourselves right back into logic, right back into Newtonian physics. And what we do, because this is habitual, remember we're breaking habits here. What we do is then we're like, let me check my bank account. Let me pull it up on my phone. All right, Kelly, you told me that by tapping into the quantum frequency and feeling the emotions of my desires, I would bring it in. But like, it's not fucking here. So it's not happening. So it must not be possible. So let me go back into logic. Let me go back into lack. Let me go back into old neural pathways that are keeping me in the same external circumstance, creating the same reality over and over and over and over again. And so what is important to know is that it takes 7 days for a biological change to occur. And so for me in the past, when I was practicing shifting out of Newtonian physics into the quantum physics, into the quantum field, I would do that. I would tap into it. I would feel so fucking good. I'd be like, oh my God, my desires are possible. My thriving, successful business is possible. I'm here. I'm feeling it. And then I would open my eyes and be like, it's not here. It's not fucking here. So it's not going to happen. And I would go back to my old ways of being, back to my old habits, back to my old patterns, creating the same external circumstance again and again and again. I repeated that so that would land with you, because that took me years to shift out of Newtonian physics and into the quantum field, because I was so programmed. We are so programmed to be in Newtonian physics, to be in logic, to be in the matter of what you can see, taste, smell, touch. We're not trained to be in energy, to operate on the energetic frequency of our manifestations and of our desires. So it is a practice. It is 100% a practice, right? And it's like, can you trust that the more that you allow yourself to be in the frequency, to be in the feeling state, to play in the quantum, can you trust that the more you practice that, the more you apply that, the more you implement that your external reality will massively shift and massively change for the better? It will become more abundant. You will become wealthier. You will become more successful. All of your desires are possible. They will become your reality if you allow yourself to get the fuck out of logic, out of Newtonian physics, and to play in the quantum realm, right? And so, again, it's a practice. And that's why I asked you in the beginning, are you ready to commit to that? It's a commitment. It's something you get to do each and every day. And so I invite you to, I said it takes 7 days for a biological change to occur. When I say that, that means that right now we are programmed to patterns, habits, and what we see in our external reality, reacting to our current circumstances, reacting to our bank account, reacting to the number of sales clients, reacting to our paycheck, reacting to our job, whatever it may be. I'm going to challenge you for the next 3 days. Can you allow yourself to play in the quantum without then checking your bank account to see if it's working, without then checking your email to see if you received the raise, the promotion, the job that you applied for, without then checking to see like who viewed your sales page, who signed up for your course, whatever it may be. I challenge you for the next 3 days to be in the feeling state, to shift out of Newtonian physics, logic, the mental concept, shift into the quantum realm. Let yourself operate out of that frequency of your manifestations, of your desires, as if it was already here. Can you do that? And notice what happens. And when we get to 3 days, can you continue and get to 7 days? Because 7 days is when the biological change occurs. AKA we start to pattern interrupt. We break those habits. We break those patterns. And when I say habits, if this is like new to you, what's the first thing you do the second you wake up in the morning? 86% of us, I'm talking on my phone, so I don't have it. 86% of us go on our phone, scroll Instagram. What's on my calendar today? Let me check my emails. Let me see who texted me overnight, right? That's a habit. We don't allow ourselves to wake up and just be like, ooh, this is the time where my brain is in theta. It's out of beta. And this is when my brain is suggestible to commands. And this is when my subconscious can shift. So let me allow myself to feel good the second I wake up. Let me allow myself to feel into the frequency of my desires the second I wake up, right? Because your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and what you are imagining. It doesn't know the difference. So if you're imagining your desire business already here, your fuck yes career, raise, promotion already here. And if you pull in the emotions associated with it of how you would feel if it were already yours, if it already happened, and operate out of that frequency, that's playing in the quantum. The more that you allow yourself to be there, again, it's a practice, the more that you pull your manifestations from the quantum into here and now, into 3D, into Newtonian. Okay. And so one thing I want to leave you with, I have a lot that's coming through that I want to teach and share, but I'm being mindful of the time. One thing I want to leave you with is that I know so many of you are calling in more money right now, are calling in more abundance right now. Amazing. Love that. That's what we're here for. One thing that's super important to know, knowing that, of course, we're shifting out of Newtonian physics and into the quantum physics where your manifestations and desires are created first. One thing that's really, really important to know, please allow this to just land in your body, is that we cannot create abundance from a state of lack. It defies universal law. All right. And so lack right now is looking at your current external circumstances and being like, ugh, my bank account isn't where it is yet. I don't have the number of clients and sales I desire in my business yet. I do not have the job that I want and desire yet, right? And we focus on what isn't here yet, what we haven't manifested yet, what isn't in our current reality yet. And that takes us out of the quantum in Newtonian physics and right back into lack, activating old lack neural pathways. And then what happens is your reticular activating system keeps showing you those same circumstances showing up again and again and again that you have been trying to break free from. Okay. You cannot create abundance from a state of lack. What you can do is create abundance from a state of abundance. This may sound like what the fuck because we're so conditioned to be in logic, to be in Newtonian physics. And what is coming up for many of my clients and myself included, it's like, Kelly, how can I feel fucking abundant if I don't see abundance in my bank account? If I don't see abundance in my business, if I don't see abundance in my career? Well, that's playing in Newtonian physics and in logic. A plus B equals C. The harder I work equals the more I'm capable and able of receiving, right? And then what happens is a lot of us are like, there's frequencies that are coming through, emotions coming through right now. A lot of us feel guilty for feeling abundant if we don't have the abundance yet. We feel guilty, we feel shame, we feel greedy, we feel who am I, imposter syndrome, and we feel irresponsible, right? Because we're like, I can't act or feel abundant if the abundance and money and wealth and prosperity isn't here yet. That's irresponsible of me. Okay. That's just a learned conditioned belief keeping you in logic, keeping you in Newtonian physics, right? And then when you feel that that's irresponsible, we're going right back into lack. We are responding, reacting to our current external circumstances. And again, you cannot create abundance from a state of lack. I'm highlighting this to you so you can see where you have been keeping yourself in lack, where you have been operating out of logic, where you may have been protecting yourself from receiving what it is that you desire for yourself, okay? And so we get to pattern interrupt. We get to break old lack neural pathways. You get to shift out of Newtonian physics into the quantum field, into quantum physics. You get to release anything that may be coming your way where it's like, well, Kelly, like you said, I feel irresponsible feeling into abundance and it's not here when I'm not seeing it in my external reality. Like who am I to act abundant? Who am I to feel wealthy, to feel the emotions of true wealth, that frequency of wealth and abundance if it's not here yet? Who am I, right? People are going to judge me. People are going to think I'm crazy. This is where you get to get curious and notice what stories are coming up for you. Notice where you feel like others are going to judge you, and notice where you are self-protecting yourself from feeling into the abundance frequency, from feeling fucking good, from playing in the quantum field and quantum physics. Where are you self-protecting yourself? What stories are keeping you in Newtonian physics, in logic? What stories are keeping you in lack, creating the same external circumstances over and over again? So like I said, just to pull this back together, we cannot create abundance from a state of lack. We can, however, create abundance from abundance. That's the energy that compounds. Okay, Kelly. How can I feel abundant if it's not here in my external reality, in the 3D, in logic and Newtonian physics? Play in the quantum realm. Play in the quantum. Tap into the frequency of your desires. What would it feel like for you if it were already here, if it were already in your hands, if it was already in your life, if it was already in your business? I'm not saying act as if. I know that that's another manifestation method. I'm saying feel into the frequency of it. Tap into the emotional state of your manifestations, of your desires. When you do that, when you operate out of that, you feel abundance in your being. You feel abundance in your cells. You feel abundance in your frequency. You are speaking the language of the universe. You are saying, I am open, ready, and available to receive the wealth, the money, the abundance, the success that I desire because I'm operating on the frequency of it. I know it's not here yet. That doesn't matter because I'm no longer being led by logic, led by Newtonian physics. I'm allowing myself to be in the frequency of it, feeling it within my being. I feel abundant now, regardless of what's going on in my external reality. Because I'm committed to feeling the abundance now, that is how I'm going to create more abundance. That is how the energy of abundance is going to compound. That is how I'm going to bridge the gap from Newtonian physics, 3D logic here and now, pulling my manifestations, my desires from the quantum realm here. That is the how. That's the how that we've been seeking, that we've been trying, all these bullshit manifestation methods that we've been trying and putting time and energy into that don't work, that don't move the needle. This is it. You get to break old lack neural pathways, create new money-making neural pathways. You get to shift out of Newtonian physics logic into quantum physics, right? AKA the abundance realm, which is what this whole live and then podcast is about. And you get to regulate your wealth encoding, right? Where your nervous system feels safe receiving more, where your nervous system feels safe breaking free from your current circumstance of, which may be living paycheck to paycheck, just getting by, or you keep hitting the same monthly income and you're like, why can't I break free? You get to regulate your wealth encoding, where your body feels safe receiving more, right? Where you get to expand your capacity of receiving. So you no longer need to try to become an energetic match to money. Trying is the frequency of, well, I'm trying. There's a possibility of failing. It's not here yet. That pulls us right back into lack and right back into logic. You no longer have to try to become an energetic match to money. When you're in the frequency of your desires, when you're allowing yourself to play in the quantum realm, money is an inevitable byproduct, okay? You no longer have to try. It just simply is, because you allowed yourself to be in the abundance frequency, right? And like I was saying, Newtonian physics logic is all about matter. Quantum physics is all about energy. Money is an energetic frequency, okay? So you get to play in logic, play in quantum, get the fuck out of logic, out of Newtonian physics. Yes. Okay. When you do that, this is what I'm going to end you with. There's so many things that are coming through. When you do that, when you allow yourself to get the fuck out of logic and play in the quantum realm and quantum physics, when I burp, that means we're having a release. When you do that, life and money responds to you, okay? Rather than living in Newtonian physics, living in logic, that's when you are responding to life, you are responding to money, you are responding to your external circumstances. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to pattern interrupt. I want to get the fuck out of the cycle that I keep repeating for myself, because I know I'm meant for more. I know that my soul came here to live a really fucking juicy, joyful, successful, abundant, wealthy life. I know that. You've always known that. You feel that in your being. You feel that in your bones. You feel that in your fucking cells. Okay? So you get to see, I've been hanging out in logic and Newtonian physics. I get to play in the quantum. I get to do that, and that's a decision that you get to make. The more you do that, the more you practice that, I promise you, your external reality will massively shift, grow, and expand. Do not check to see if it's working. That takes you right back into logic, right back into lack. We're not going to check. We're going to know and believe in the infinite possibilities, unlimited abundance, limitless money available to us. And you just get to decide to fucking have it. You just get to decide that it's yours. Okay? We get to break free from the I need to do more to receive more. I just get to receive because I decided I get to receive. I get to receive more because I decided I desire it. And I decide that I get to fucking have it. That's it. And guess what? I'm open, I'm ready, and I'm available to receive. There's nothing that I need to do. There's nothing that I need to do to receive. I get to just be. I get to be open, ready, and fucking available. Okay? So, as always, let me know what comes through. You can share in the comments. You can DM me. I love hearing what lands with you with these concepts as we are creating new money-making neural pathways, shifting out of Newtonian physics into the quantum realm, and regulating our wealth encoding. If you have not grabbed my free course called Abundance Unleash, please do. I'm sharing everything in there with you, what I just shared today, but you're going to love the course. So you can comment Unleash below and I'll send you instant access to the course so you can make more money now, or DM me Unleash and I'll send you instant access to the free course. Or if you already access the course and you're just feeling like, I am so fucking ready. I am ready to manifest my next $1,000 or more, so much more within the next 33 days. My brand new mastermind is starting next week, April 1st, Manifest That Shit University. If you saw me talking about it, we are applying my science-backed techniques to change everything for you. That is where we are diving into removing money blocks that you may have carried from 20, 30, 50 years ago, generations ago, past lives ago, breaking free so you can allow yourself to receive all of the money, all of the wealth, all of the abundance that you know you are capable of creating for yourself in your life, in your business now. And we're doing that inside Manifest That Shit University. If you want me to send you the details on this life-changing fucking mastermind, please DM me MTSU. I'll send you all the deets you need to know, and we can go from there. Again, let me know if you have any questions. You can comment after this live or DM me. I don't remember how the comments work in a live. I haven't done a live in months, but here we are. Frankie stayed asleep for us, so yes, girl. All right, my loves, have a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, I'm sending you all of my love. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye. That was so much fun. To continue the party, come into my energy on Instagram at @the_badassbabe and tell me what nuggets of wisdom landed with you so I can celebrate you. Subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, and send me a screenshot of your rating and review for your free personal oracle card reading. I'll see you in the next episode.